Hello, it's Olari again. Today we'll be drafting a conical corset and let's get started. So I have my shoulder width and I came down by 1.25 for the shoulder slope. I went ahead to mark my neckline, then I connect my shoulder slope to my neck point. Okay, I used 3 inches width by 3 inches depth for my neckline measurements. I'll go ahead and mark those points together. Now the next thing I'll be doing is to get my armhole depth, and I'm using 8 for this. So I'll go ahead and connect my armhole to my shoulder slope point. I'll look for the midpoint of my armhole. Just to get my cuff, I'll come in by 1/2 inch. Place my cuff roller to get my armhole cuff. So I'll just roll it out. This is a dartless corset, so we won't be doing any dart on this corset. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to mark my shoulder to nipple, which is 10 inches, then my shoulder to underbust, which is 14, my shoulder to waist, which is 17, then my top length. This top length depends on you. Just measure your waist to hip line or thereabouts. So here is my shoulder to nipple being marked across, my shoulder to underbust, my shoulder to waist, then my top length. I'm just going ahead to write it out. My underbust, then my nipple point. Now, the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to mark my bust divider, which is 0.5. So I'm just going to mark it there. Then mark my chest line measurement or above bust. This is where my corset will be starting from. So that's my above bust measurement. Then I'll place my cup. Now this is the cup I'll be using. This cup, in this tutorial, the only thing I just need to do is to wrap this cup. I'm using a ready-made cup for this tutorial. So I'm just going to place the ready-made cup on my under bust. Okay, then that's my cleavage depth, how deep I want my cleavage to be. That's where the cup will be staying in front. So I'm just trying to reposition the cup such that it touches the under bust. Okay, and it gets to the cleavage depth. So I have gone ahead to mark it. Then the next thing I'll be doing is to mark my nipple to nipple measurements. That's my bust pan measurements. Okay, I'll mark it up to my above bust measurements. This is just for me to see what I am working on clearly. Now place my cuff to retrace what I have marked using my cup. Now having done this, the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to mark my waist measurements. Like I said earlier, this is a dartless corset. So I'm marking my waist measurements and I'm marking my hip measurements. So my hip is 9.5. Now I'll connect my waist measurements to my bust measurements and to my hip line measurements. Watch how I'm going to do this. That's my bust line measurements, my bust divided into 4. Then that's my hip line measurement, my hip divided into 4. Now this kind of corset give a hip illusion, so I'm going to be adding extra 1.5 inches this depends on you. You can make yours up to 3 inches. It all depends on you. But 1.5 is just okay, or 2 inches. So I'm just going ahead to blend my waist measurements. Okay, so this is me trying to create an hemline. You can style your hem according to your preference. So this is I'm trying to follow what I have in the picture. So I'm just going to style like this. Okay, so this does not mean you are limited to what is shown on the picture. You can actually be creative with your hemline. Now I'm placing my cup to mark the top of my cup. Okay, just to mark my cup height. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my cuff ruler to trace out, and I am done with my front. Okay, now this is the back. My slope is going to be 1 inch for the back, and my neck is 3 by 1, which I have marked. Now this is my chest line. I'm just connecting it, my armhole rather. So I'm just connecting it, my slope. I'm just connecting my slope to the neck point and to the armhole. I just roll across the armhole from the front and extend it to the back. So I'm going to take my bust measurements for the back. Then I'll go ahead and take my waist measurements, because this is a dartless corset. So I'm just going to be extending my lines from the front to the back. So that's my waist measurements. Then my hip line measurements will also be marked. So I'm going to connect my bust to my waist. The back is actually very simple. I'm connecting like so. Now I'll check my hip, which is also 9, and I will add the same number, the same extension I added for the hip line on the front, which is 1.5. I will also go ahead and add it, then connect it to my waist line. So like I said, this depends on you. You can make it more. Okay, then I'll just blend the waistline. This is to eliminate any form of sharp edge. So I'm just going to extend my chest line also to the back. Okay, you can also style your chest line according to your preference and mark 1.5. That's 1.5 is the opening at the back. That's my center back. That's how wide I want my opening to be. Then 1 inch to the hem. So I am connecting the 1.5 at the chest line to the 1 inch at the hemline. So by the time I lace the back, I will be able to have enough space to give me that matching look. Now I am just going to go ahead and create and style my back hem. I'll place my cuff this way and connect. Then I am done. If you want to retain your yoke, you can style it according to your preference. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned and subscribe for more.